Good morning, agents, and welcome to another daily episode of Targeted Loot Today. Today is August 24th, and I'm Agent Shadow. And hey, if you enjoy my content, please consider smashing those subscribe and like buttons below. And go ahead and drop a comment below on what you're farming for today, or if you have any questions or feedback. Today we got some good stuff to farm for, so let's get started with the Dark Zones first, then DC, then New York City. Alright, so we got Seska and DZ West. There's nothing I would farm for in particular there today. Pistols at DZ South and chest pieces at DZ East. So starting with pistols and DZ South, you can get the Orbiter with Perfect Finisher, which is completely worth it to farm for. I actually only have one with some alright rolls, so I will be farming here today definitely to get that with Perfect Finisher, the Orbiter. It's very worth it to farm for your DPS builds. And then chest pieces in DZ East, you can get the Ferocious Calm with Perfect Overwatch, and the Door Kicker's Knock with Perfect Spark. Those are the two DZ exclusives for DZ East, and then the Orbiter with Perfect Finisher is the DZ exclusive for DZ South. Alright guys, highlights for the north side. So we got light machine guns at Camp White Oak. Of course, you got the exotics, which is the Bullet King and Pestilence. And then, of course, you got the named light machine guns, the Good Times with Perfect Fast Hands, and New Reliable with Perfectly Optimized. All four of those weapons are extremely worth it to farm for, so definitely try to get those today if you haven't already. And then, of course, Providence Defense at Coney Island Ballpark. So if you're looking for the Sacrifice with Perfect Glass Cannon, you can find that. Or just find some better rolls for your DPS builds with Providence Defense. Now, if you're running an SMG in your DPS build, just replace Providence Defense with Sokolov Concern. It gives you SMG damage and then crit hit damage and then crit hit chance. So you don't need that wasted amount of headshot damage that you're not using from the first piece of Providence. Assault rifles at Coney Island Amusement Park. So if you're looking for the Chameleon, or if you're looking for the Future Perfection talent on the Mechanical Animal, or if you're looking for the Burnout FAMAS, all of those are highly worth it to farm for. And then your top tier assault rifles are like the FAMAS, the Police M4s, 416, P416s, G36s, all that good stuff. Alright guys, highlights for the west side. I wouldn't really recommend too much stuff up here. I mean, you can get Murakami for the extra 10% skill duration, Petrov at Bank HQ for the Contractor's Gloves. Same with Potomac Event Center. Aralda Holdings at Foggy Bottom. So you can pair that with 3 pieces of Aces and Eights, 1 piece with the Perfect Headhunter, Walker and Harrison Co. chest piece, and then 2 pieces of Aralda Holdings because of the Marksman Rifle damage and then the headshot damage from the second piece as well. Gear system mods at Constitutional Hall. So like I always say, it's worth farming for. It's worth farming for that 12% crit hit damage mod, the 6% crit hit chance mod. All those mods are very, very worth your time farming on Heroic. And then of course knee pads at DCD, so you can get the Ninja Bike Messenger knee pads, Fox's Prayer knee pads, and Sawyer's knee pads. All of those are also worth farming. The Ninja Bike Messenger knee pads got a huge buff, and I believe it was TU9, where you not only got to reload your weapon when you did cover to cover or vault, but it also gives you 25% extra bonus armor. And I have a build with that on it too if you want to check that out. I'll put it in the card in the top right now. And then Sokolov Concern at Lincoln Memorial. So don't farm over here at Manning National Zoo for Sokolov Concern. Just farm Lincoln Memorial. You got 3 bosses at the end. It's a really fast mission to run, even on Heroic. It'll save you a lot of time in the end if you just farm Lincoln Memorial today for Sokolov Concern, which I probably will after I try getting that Orbiter again. Overlord, if you're looking for the Fox's Prayer knee pads and you're not having luck with knee pads, you can farm knee pads, of course, at DARPA as well, but I don't recommend it. DCD is even faster than Lincoln Memorial, so I would recommend that for sure. And then Walker and Harrison Co. for that Perfect Headhunter chest piece. Alright guys, highlights for the east side. We got Grupo Sombro, District Union Arena. So you got that 15% crit hit damage for the first piece. Second piece gives you that 15% explosives damage. So you run the first piece, 1 piece with DPS builds, 2 pieces with explosive skill damage builds with like Seeker Mines and Artillery Turret. Shotguns in Judiciary Square. So if you're looking for the Sweet Dreams exotic shotgun or a good shotgun like the Marine Super 90 or the, I think it's called the SASG sausages. And then the Federal Triangle has holsters. So you got, of course, Imperial Dynasty holster and then the Forge holster, which gives you 50% extra shield health. That gives you a whole extra skill tier for your shield, by the way. It's probably an underrated holster that's worth wearing even on some DPS builds. And then mask at Jefferson Trade Center. So you can get the Coyote's mask today easily. This is where the Coyote's mask drops. It drops from the Coyote boss at the end. And then you have mass as targeted loot. Man, if you're looking for the Coyotes mask, get it today at Jefferson Trade Center. This is never masked. Haunted you at Viewpoint Museum, so if you're looking for the Force Multiplier backpack with perfect combined arms, definitely hit that up. It's worth farming for as well. It's a great named backpack that's great on skill builds and some DPS builds. Badger Tough for that perfect unbreakable 0F's chest piece. And then submachine guns at American History Museum for the Lady Death and refarming the Chatterbox. Also, if you're looking for a top tier SMG, the Vector variants, MPXs and MP5s are also highly recommended by me. And Golan Gear for that 10% status effects, and Richter and Kaiser for your healer builds. And then Wyvernware for that 10% skill damage. That's about it though that I can say in DC. Let's go over to New York City and then I'll let you guys go. Alright guys, we got gear system mods again, but at the tomb, so it depends on where you want to farm for it. We got submachine guns at 2 bridges, so if you need that Lady Death, if it's been eluding you or you just haven't got it yet still, try to farm it here at 2 bridges because this is an open world NYC boss kind of area. That's where the Lady Death comes from, is from the open world NYC bosses. So try to farm 2 bridges today. Stick in this area, don't go outside this area, and hit all the bosses. Gloves, the Stranded Tanker if you're looking for the BTSU gloves or Contractor's gloves. Douglas and Harding for that 20% baked in headshot damage on the punch drunk mask. Rifles for those classic M1As, Diamondbacks, and Mercilesses. Of course, the best talents for rifles is the Rifleman, Ranger, and Boomerang. And then that's about it for New York City, actually. All these are extras if you want to farm Grupo Sombra at Wall Street instead of in DC, which I actually recommend. And then Gila Guard's great for shield builds. Alright, agents, well that's going to be it for the targeted loot guide for August 24th, 2020. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe and like if you enjoy the content, and I will see you guys in the next video. Agent Shadow, signing off.